So after Carmen made a video expressing how her past has affected her future, King ended up making a video talking about some ish, and a lot of you guys have no idea exactly what happened. Well, today we're going to break down the whole situation in one video in great detail. So make sure you get your food, popcorn, subscribe, and enjoy the show. So let's get straight into the drama. Nique and Carmen basically came up together with their partners. They had a lot of issues within their friendship, and they finally came together to sort everything out.
I feel like, okay, are we in competition? What's going on? I had that conversation with her. So, because of little stuff like that, that's why we was never able to be close. We was not able to have a friendship. That's why I communicated that with her. We talked. If I could, and if it wasn't such a long time ago, I would have showed you the messages. That's exactly like what really happened.
Things went wrong in our relationship behind closed doors down the line. I actually cheated, you know what I'm saying? I cheated. My decision on certain things that us behind closed doors had multiple conversations about. She accepted me back.
In the beginning, me and Splink had been having problems. I had problems with him. I was hurt from a lot of stuff that he did.
They been going through it 3 months now. Nobody knew. Y'all know they're not the type to put their business on social media.
Carmen has been there for Nique for support.
Me, through this whole breakup, me and Splink, through our problems, this girl has been in my face, letting me pour myself out to her, letting me tell this girl stuff about my relationship. She know my trust issues. She know why I'm hurt by this. She know all this.
Now on July the 6th, Carmen ended up posting on Twitter saying, "Do y'all have something y'all taking to the grave?" A lot of people are speculating this is due to Nique and King's drama and that something must have happened that she's taking it to her grave. But when I asked Carmen, she told me, "Seen it on Facebook, I copy and pasted on Twitter, but it was more so of IG if there's anything someone would take to their grave. Like for example, my mom wants to put something next to her in the grave. Some people have an outfit they like, some people I don't know, things they would like to take to their grave. Like for me, I would take my popcorn, my TV, my hat, my plastic toys, my Xbox, and my iPhone." Anyway, one of the issues that Nique and King was having, according to Corey, was that Nique has been cheating on King twice. According to Corey, one of them was a rapper.
This happened a month ago, what really happened. And long story short, y'all remember when Nique was in Miami and King was in LA? Nique got caught cheating on King with Fredo Bang, the rapper from Baton Rouge. And that escalated. It was like King found out.
King found out about this. He ended up getting really upset and venting on Twitter, apparently according to Corey. "I'm tired of fake people, fake smiles, fake ass hugs, fake hope, fake friends, fake love. When I love hard. Can't fight fire with fire. Remember that, 100. All you do is lie to me."
And I was like, I hate King. I was like, bro, just put your feelings in the song, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Put it in the song, bro. You gonna be good with it.
Anyway, according to Carmen and Corey, King ended up randomly just started coming over to their place uninvited.
King just started popping up to our house out the blue. Me and Carmen just at home chilling one day. Right here, actually. And King popped up.
No, security!
You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking King coming over because he's like, he need a friend or whatever to talk to, because like he going through this shit with Nique, you feel me? So I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying? Me and Carmen would come in, you know what I'm saying? We had food and good. He was like, you know, he just came over like on some normal ass shit. King don't never come over here like that, you know what I'm saying? So came over here one day, came the next day. Then I think he came a third day, right?
Yeah, he just kept coming back, like, not even, it was like a thing where he just came back and said, "Oh, I just stopped by to say what's up."
Yeah, you know, it was just weird, like, why you popping up on my house? Like, you know, why you popping up over like that? Like, that's weird, but you know, like I say, I'm thinking that, you know, he coming over here because of, you know what I'm saying, what he going through.
One day, Carmen and Corey were having issues in their relationship, and Corey was allegedly entertaining another girl, or girls, I don't know, basically emotionally cheating.
It was a story with me when I was fucking and I got to entertain a female that I shouldn't have been entertaining because it just went left. You know what I'm saying?
You know, the next morning when me and Corey went through our little situation, he came over. So Corey started telling him like, "Yeah, man, Carmen was blowing my phone up because I was at the studio, this and the third." So Corey was kind of already iffy due to the fact that he just started popping up to a house out of nowhere. Mind you, Corey and him having really been close like that for a minute.
I told him a story, something that happened with me, you know, just to see how he would react off it. And then as I told him this story, it was some bro code type. So I told him that because I'm like, that's why I come to your house, bro, because I had a whole bunch of other shit going on, you feel what I'm saying? That I had to take care of.
And then King ended up telling Carmen.
Corey and him left at the same time. I was just here in the house.
I told King, I said, I'm gonna go to his screen to drop my truck off. But he didn't know I was gonna come right back home. I didn't tell him all my business. So I went up the road 10 minutes to drop my truck off.
He came back and he was like, I forgot my phone, which his phone was there. So I was like, oh, yeah. So he came, got his phone, and then he was like, he was blowing Corey's phone up last night, huh? He told me he was at the studio. I'm like, yeah. So he started telling me what Corey said, and what Corey said was like he cheated on me type of thing. So I'm like, the whole time while he's telling me, I'm texting Corey like,
liar! No, but don't say you didn't do something that you did.
Crazy shit. I'm like, what I'm talking about? What wrong with her? What is she talking about?
wait, what's up? What was you at last night? Da-da-da.
While he was telling her all this, apparently Carmen was texting Nique, telling her what King was saying.
The moment when King told me about the Corey situation, I'm texting her, letting her know like, hey, this was weird. I don't know why she did this. I don't know why he did it. She was like, I'm gonna call you and explain, get in the car.
I come back home.
Corey came back quick.
King in my front yard. So I'm like,
Bitch, what?
what is he doing back at the house? You know, I asked Alex, my camera guy, I said, what the hell you doing back over here? You know what I'm saying? So I'm still going in the car, so I walk in.
And when Corey came back, he was like, what y'all got going on?
King standing there, Carmen standing there talking, they talking over there.
So he was like,
They're like, oh man, should I left my phone over here? I can't even get it, but I started talking to Carmen about me.
it's a girlfriend situation or whatever.
You know what I'm saying? Get some advice.
Corey ends up getting really angry at Carmen.
And then Corey was like, you?
So I started asking on Carmen about what gets me about, because me and her arguing. And I'm like, no, I'm arguing with her.
Because of what I had sent him through the message.
King was just like sitting there like he's shocked, like what's going on, like why y'all arguing? He was like, oh, I'm gonna get ready to go, man. Y'all pitch y'all.
So I had everything going. I was like, okay, I'm not finna argue because I know like how our arguments can be bad, and especially if it's people around, I don't like to argue in front of people. So I just came to the room, sat in the room. After that, he left, and Corey came in the closet like he was finna leave because he had to go out of town anyway. So he came like he was about to leave or whatever. And then when he left, I was like, well, he was the one that told me that you told him that you did what you did last night. So he looked at me shocked because it was like, okay, that's supposed to be like my homeboy, like he broke the bro code or whatever.
So I was like, this dude that's supposed to be my bro, I just told this some shit. And he came right back and told my girl. Like, so what the fuck is going on?
It's really funny that he was like mad at King for breaking the bro code. But you broke the fucking wife code, bro. You broke the marriage code, the vagina code. You've been emotionally cheated. Anyway, Carmen ends up calling Nique.
I'm on the phone.
It just seemed a little weird, but it's what happened.
This morning King came, supposedly forgot his phone. He did this.
I don't know why or what's going on, but you know, he told me that Corey told him this and Corey told him that. Da, da, da.
I don't know why he did it. It was weird to me.
So she was like, oh, he was at your house this morning. I was like, yeah, he came when Corey was here. She was like, that's real. Why would he do that? So she was questioning me more so of as if I was lying. So I'm like, okay, but I'm doing my part. So then she was like, well, I'm gonna call you when he get in the car. I said, okay.
When King ended up getting back together with Nique, this is when both of them, well, on Nique's phone, I'm guessing, called Carmen while King was there.
And he got in the car
And he was right there next to you.
and she was like, now Carmen, what you was saying?
He came early this morning when Corey was home. Then he left, but he came back and he forgot his phone. Then he told me that Corey cheated on me, this and the third. Da, da, da. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I'm lost. I don't know why he did what he did because he never been the one to give me a one-on-one conversation.
King then ended up denying what Carmen said.
He said, man, I ain't never talked to Carmen. I don't know what she's talking about.
But I'm guessing King then eventually told Nique the truth because Nique ended up saying this to Carmen.
After that, she texted my phone and said,
He feels sorry for you.
that's what he told you. I'm like, oh, he manipulated the situation.
Anyway, according to Carmen and Corey, some really creepy things started to happen while Corey was in Alabama.
After that situation,
I hit out Alabama the next day. I ordered Carmen some flowers, right? I sent her some flowers to the house. Flower never made it to the house. Flower never made it here, so I'm like, what the flowers? Food popped up at the door. Like, some food just dropped off at our house. She didn't order no food. So we're like, who the just bring some food to our house. So she tell me that, you know, she didn't order no food. So I'm like, not adding up right. And I noticed y'all, I'm 9 hours away. I'm all the way in Alabama at the time. So
They started to feel that someone was stalking Carmen.
and that's when things just got like weird and stuff. Like, you know, I didn't know like exactly what was going on. I don't know if I was like people was on some stalking shit. I don't know.
Carmen texted me, he ain't ride past the house. Past the house, so what's going on? She let me know everything. You know, no sneaky shit. She let me know, so the whole time I know what's going on. Alright, so I didn't want to go to Rob Allen's house because I'm not there. So, and then King had called, he had Rob up trying to talk. It was like a whole bunch of stalking type.
So I was staying over Robbie Alley's house or whatever.
I'm getting confused because I'm trying to see what is this man on. Is he trying to mess with my girl? Is he trying to, you know what I'm saying, what you doing?
Apparently, King wanted to talk to someone about his issues, and he ended up turning to his manager. Now, what's really weird about this, and what you guys probably don't know, the manager, Ebony, who's in part of Net Management, yes, we have spoken about her before, messy shit. Apparently, they are not on good terms because apparently, allegedly, according to Corey, they owe money to her.
Give me your fucking money!
Because again, she was the manager, and as you guys know, managers get a certain percentage of your YouTube check if they're helping you make content and stuff. And what's really strange about this is that King wanted to talk about her allegedly and get some advice. Apparently, he told her some secrets and some creepy things that he wanted to do with Carmen.
Her boyfriend was, you know, I guess was really like stressed out in his relationship, and you know, he needed someone to talk to with.
Key that with my manager that they not like this because they not signed with us no more, you know what I'm saying? They not, my manager, they owe our manager money or whatever. I don't know how they did, but my manager said they owe the money. So, you know, so they not cool.
I wasn't the person that he went to. He went to
our manager, sat down our manager, he said that he wanted to talk to our manager because he wanted to see can he trust her, and he wanted to tell her, he wanted to get some advice from her or whatever.
Apparently, King was saying that he basically liked Carmen and was doing stuff with her.
She met up with Splain, talked to him for 4 hours, had a whole conversation. Splain was just basically telling his whole feelings. He was spilling out the beans that me and him ain't been right, we ain't been good. Some stuff happened where he basically confessing his love and saying that
girl or whatever.
Yeah, I like her. Like, he was kind of, I guess, going around the bushes and not really getting to direct what he wanted to say because he didn't know if he could trust her or not.
But our manager didn't know who the girl was.
I don't want you to go around the bushes. Like, don't waste my time. If you know you need help or you want me to give you advice.
Okay, who you been messing with?
She started saying names.
She started assuming like, okay, so who is this girl? Is it Kiana J? Is it Chaz? Some other girl name? And he was like, nah. And my manager, she confused. She just named it female, going off the story that he told her.
So she said my name.
Like, what made you say that? What made you say Carmen?
Caught him off guard on some like, why Carmen?
He was like, how you knew? And she was like, all the stuff that he said matched up to Carmen.
I make more sense to be used in his situation. Therefore, y'all, Carmen do go through a lot. You know, Carmen this, Carmen this.
He went into detail about everything, y'all.
Yeah, I have sex with her.
Carmen 4 times.
He said they in the car.
He made Carmen calm 8 times. Him and Carmen been texting. He texted her off an app. He loved Carmen and he made a song about Carmen, all types.
Ebony ends up contacting Carmen.
Ebony calls Carmen right after she meets with Splain. Ebony never told Carmen about nothing, about who she met with or nothing. She said, I know what's going on. Stay at your house and don't leave.
She sounded like scared, like it's so much going on. And she was like, you need to stay where you at and come to me straight in the morning. We need to talk. Just know I know. When she said that, I'm like, no, wait. I'm confused. So that's when I called Corey before anything else. I was like, did you say anything to her about this King situation this morning and all that? He was like, no, wow, what's going on?
And according to what Ebony has told Nique, Carmen ended up contacting King.
Carmen calls King and said, did you talk to Ebony? This, that, and the third. I don't know what the conversation was. King texted Ebony again and said, did you call Carmen? Come to find out, one of these days, it's a whole meetup where Ebony, Carmen, and Splain met up. During this meeting, Ebony said that she would meet with both of them face to face. So Ebony said that Ebony lived about 10 minutes away from Carmen. That it took Carmen 40 minutes to get to Ebony's house that day. She told me that she's thinking that King and Carmen met up to talk about the situation, get their story right.
He said I took 30 minutes, but it was not 30 minutes that I took. I was sharing my location with Chaz and Allie that whole time, literally. If I would have took that long, I'm pretty sure they would have called me like, are you okay? We just want to make sure like going on, but okay.
Anyway, when Carmen gets there, Ebony ends up telling her everything.
So I'm just headed there to get the information. So when I get there, I'm start hearing about, he said that he has with you, that he like you, he going through it, that he feels so hurt because this happened with him and her, but that y'all have in the car.
Disgusting.
And then you came 11 times and as I'm listening, I'm like, wait, what?
My God, who said that?
I was confused at that moment because I'm like, how we go from you telling me what Corey told you and you denied that? You say you never spoke to me to you having sex with me.
The sounds of it sounds like Carmen challenged her, basically telling her to call King.
So I'm mad because I'm like, okay, I feel like you're not finna play about my reputation. So I told her, I said, call him. Let's talk. All three of us talk. It's one thing when a person says something to you and go to tell somebody else versus when you confront them and versus when you like, okay, what did you say? Said it to my face, you know? So I was like, call him. And she was like, it's late. Call him. Let's meet up. You met with him already. So now it's my turn to meet up with him. Call him.
According to Nique, Ebony wanted to meet up with both of them. It wasn't Carmen told her to call King.
She called him. I'm in the car with her to go meet with him or whatever.
They end up confronting King.
We met up with King. We had met up in a public parking spot.
We go and meet.
And when we got there, he was kind of nervous that I was there.
And the first thing that I did was I went out for him and I said,
why me? That's the first question that I asked. I said, why me? Why my name?
And I was making jokes of like, oh, this the car we supposed to have 4 times? What days? What days we did all that? So it was more so, why did you say what you said?
And apparently King did all this to test Ebony's loyalty.
So he didn't look at me, he looked at her and said, this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see if I can trust you to not go back and tell her. And you failed because you went exactly what I thought you was finna do. You went and told her everything that I said, and now we're here. So that doesn't mean I can't trust you. Where I really wanted to trust you. I'm really going through some stuff, and I just wanted to talk to you and see, can I trust you? Because I didn't want to go to my mama. I can talk to Nique, and you know, he wants somebody else out that don't know the situation so he can get some real advice.
The best way was to put me and my relationship on the line, basically. But that kind of was like, why did you even say what you said when you're not even signed with this manager? You being not talking to this manager. So it was like, why her? You know what I mean?
I started going out for him and I said, some stuff you just don't say. You just don't accuse another person of doing it. Like, and then I started like saying, I said, okay, so you said that we had we did this and we did that. I said, when did we do this? What time did I have and did you have that we did everything that you said?
After this, King ends up apologizing to Ebony.
But that's when he was like, he looked at me, he was like,
I apologize to you for bringing your name up.
But you was the one that made more sense of what I was trying to say or what I was trying to do. So I apologize to you and I apologize to her for coming at her.
Trying to use you for what I needed.
What I said was a lie, this and third. So I'm mad because it's like, you can't just, you know, come to this person and say this whole bunch of things. Now you got this person looking at the situation like, okay, that makes sense, that makes sense. Is it true? Is it not true? You got that person questioning things to that point where it's like, what we supposed to do now that you said that? Like, how we supposed to move on from the fact that you basically bragging or, you know, making stories about you having sex with somebody else, and especially you having sex with the person that's close to your girl. That's what made it worse. So I did my thing. I went out for him and I was like, I don't know what you got going on, but just leave me out of it, leave Corey out of it, leave this whole relationship out of that. Like, just leave it alone.
This situation happened. They all had an agreement to keep everything that was said where they left it, so things wouldn't go on social media, so things would get worse.
That morning we had agreed that we were just gonna keep it there due to the fact that we didn't want to be here.
We know Corey, and it was like a thing where we didn't want things to go to social media. We didn't want to be in drama, which that's something me and Corey had been working on, to not get on drama. And then we was like, and then your situation, she's crazy. We know what she's capable of. Just by her hearing the word he has somebody else, like that's it. Like, she don't want to hear nothing else.
Kind of a good thing that this didn't get to her or things didn't go that left is because we was all trying to protect each other at the end of the day. Like, me was trying to protect our brain regardless. Ebony, the manager, was trying to protect both of them. Mind you, they're not even signed to her.
But she's
so
still
we are still
trying
trying to protect because we didn't want this to be another Prince family situation. Because this case is really no messages, no proof, videos, no nothing.
So we was like, let's just keep this here, but let's make an agreement. We're not gonna talk about this no more. This is the end of it. We was like, okay, cool. Then we left.
But then Ebony apparently ends up calling Corey, telling him everything that happened.
I get a call. My manager called me. We got a problem. I'm in the bed. What's up? So I had a meeting with King, and she just broke everything out to me. King said he Carmen 4 times. He made Carmen.
According to Corey, the manager was telling him that King wanted to do some weird-ish, from what it sounds like, creep-ish.
My manager told me that he said that he seen her pull up and drop some flowers off. Like, he know how to get in our house. He know that we don't got cameras. He want to come in and try to have some Carmen, shit like that. It was what it was. It was what it was. Something like that. He want to try to sneak in on Carmen and shit like that. Like, some type of psycho type. It was just weird.
According to Nique, it was Carmen that said that.
She told Corey to explain, dropped off food to her house randomly. She don't know why. So Corey explained, stole some flowers from Corey. And she done told all that stuff. So you just basically saying King is stalking you now.
And I'm on the phone like, what? Like.
Now, unfortunately, on Carmen's video, she didn't give too much detail on the whole stalkish situation. And in the video with her and Corey, she didn't really give any input into that when Corey was talking about it. He was even asking her questions and she was just dead. So now we have basically two conflicting stories about this whole stalkish situation. So who's the person who came up with these claims that King was stalking Carmen? Corey said that Carmen said that she saw King drive past the house, and apparently the manager's telling Nique stuff. The manager also apparently told Corey that King was on some psycho-ish. So who did it come from? Who started these rumors that King was stalking? So of course Corey's upset and he ends up calling Carmen.
I hung up home. I called Raw because I called Carmen. That's why I called Raw. I said, man, no, take Carmen the phone. I'm gonna call her. She said she was gonna sleep, so we made her wake up. And I'm on FaceTime like, hey, I'm gonna ask you this question. You got what the f going on? If this shit true, whatever. Like, let me know what's up. So Carmen told me everything that happened. Some shit that my manager didn't tell me.
Oh, my manager didn't tell me that. So I'm like, so, okay, like, now it got weird, because I'm like...
After this, Corey started to not trust Carmen.
Since, like, there was a little off, so Corey started questioning me. Like, okay, where were you this day? And why it took you so long to come back? And this and that. I'm like, okay, well, you know, I went to downtown. And downtown is like 40 minutes from the house. That me 40 minutes going there, did what I did, came back, that's another 40 minutes. That's literally like an hour and a half. So I'm still breaking everything down. I'm like, how do you need to, you know, hack something and find record of what I was doing? We can do that. I don't have nothing to hide. So he was like, okay.
If you guys think this story started to get real fishy, let me know in the comment section below.
I feel some type of way. I was like, man, so cause I didn't know what was true. You know what I'm saying? I can't just go all what you saying right now, cause you're not gonna just tell me the truth right then and there. You're not gonna tell me if you did do it. You're not gonna just tell me you did it. So like, I didn't know what to believe because like she even said the story seems so accurate. Like,
so I kind of noticed that Corey had the thing in the back of his head thinking. So that's when I look and feel some type of way, because I'm like, okay, you must don't trust me 100% for you to automatically think that what was said was true.
Now keep in mind, all of this was happening when Corey was in Alabama. Alley, let's just call it Alley. He even vented on Twitter during this time.
you know, this shit in my mind as I'm always 9 hours away from home, and I'm still dealing with this shit like at home, like what the fuck going on back at home. So
by the time Corey came back, Corey was kind of still upset about it.
I'm gonna talk about the situation again, and I was on her ass still trying to get information out of her because I'm still trying to see the truth.
And it was some stuff was playing in the back of his head and stuff.
I didn't know what to believe. I'm like, did you really this nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you, like, he, like.
My only thing was, I'ma stand 10 toes on what I said, and what I said was, I don't know what's going on. I did not have man. I'm pretty sure you can tell if your woman has with somebody. I just know you can. Okay, so Corey was like low-key making posts on Instagram and kind of saying some things about it and stuff. So
that's why I was throwing shots on Instagram, because I was like, man, I'm mad as I'm like, man, I can't believe this.
I think when Corey was like on the way back, or when he was at home, he ended up going live on IG.
I just thank God that I don't have the tendencies that you have. I really thank God that I was raised different from you niggas nowadays, because you know what I'm saying, I sit back and I have people tell me how some of y'all do that, and I be like, damn, y'all gotta keep my name out y'all mouth. Keep my name out y'all mouth. You will never catch me speaking to another girl about another nigga. You would never, you know, none of that. I never did that. I never will, because it just name off talking about what I'm doing. First of all, I don't know you. I don't talk to none of you. I don't even hang around none of you niggas like that. For you to be telling me what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? None of you niggas know what the fuck I do. And you know why? Because y'all niggas like, I'm really have to beat one of these niggas' ass on Jesus Christ. I swear to God, on everything I love, I'm really have to like beat one bro. Then y'all gonna kill me then.
Oh my God! She threatened me!
And then the whole ass that this nigga just did the other day, that blew me. I thought you was my bro. You feel me? How the fuck You my closest bro trying to a bitch.
He ends up venting on Twitter. I pay everything, and I don't know what's up. I ain't no dummy. I'ma just let you think you fooling me. It takes two people to mingle. I don't know, think one person just gonna lie about effing somebody close to you. Nah, ain't no dummy. If your best friend, man, try to F you, you're gonna tell your best friend. And apparently this is when Corey wanted to tell Nique.
I was mad. I was like, I'ma tell Nique.
Corey was like, you need to tell Nique. That's when I got weird. I got weird with myself because it was the thing where one thing about me, when I think or before I do something, I like to think the long run. And as I'm thinking of the situation, it was like, okay, if I tell her and I walk to her and say, I don't know how you gonna take this, but your man said we have. That didn't even make sense for me to tell her because it was a thing where it was like, okay, you came to me and telling me that my man said y'all has, but y'all didn't have sex. Okay, I'm looking at it like, okay, that she can say that, and at the same time, I know her, and I know us women, we can be insecure about a lot of stuff, especially when it comes to stuff like that. We're gonna be insecure in 2 seconds. I've been there and done that before. So because I've been in a situation like that, I'm like, okay, there's no proof of anything, and I can't prove or I can't make right what he said or why he did what he did. I said I can't because I don't know what's going on. And then until that moment, I still haven't had a one-on-one conversation with him. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, at that moment when the bomb was dropped, their house was full of people. It was like the family was there was barbecuing, doing all this. So I'm like, nah.
Carmen, I don't want to tell you because I know how Nique is. Nique, she ain't gonna believe me or whatever. She gonna think it's the truth and she gonna spaz out and she gonna do all that. She already going through what she's going through.
I'm knowing she's hurt and I'm knowing how, she's stressed out, she's depressed. Like, she's not the same.
Carmen had knew that he was talking to Fredo Bang already. She knew that the whole shit Nique had did when she was in Miami talking to that dude.
Anyway, Carmen came up with the conclusion that the best thing to do was not to tell Nique about the situation because she felt she was going to get blamed regardless and because of other reasons.
Knowing everything that she's dealing with, so by me coming to her on something like that, it was like, make sense out of what you're saying. But how can I make sense of something that I didn't create? How can I make something that was brought up to me? You see what I'm saying? So it would have been like a thing where I would have to repeat myself to her and try to make sense out of it so she won't try to take everything on me or start looking at me herself. That's why you got close to me. That's why you start doing this, you start saying this, and that's why you start coming over and this and the third.
Even Corey didn't want to tell Nique.
So that's why Carmen didn't tell Nique. I was going to tell Nique myself anyway because I feel like she needed to know. So I DM Nique. I was going to tell him. I thought about it. I sent the message. I was like, no, you know what? I ain't even going to do it because I don't know how you going to take this coming from me.
When Corey put it up to Carmen to tell Nique what happened, apparently Carmen lied and said that she would.
So when Corey was like, I'm going to talk to her, I'm going to tell her, I'm saying, no, let me tell her because I didn't know she's my friend, this and the third.
Carmen said she would tell her.
And I know that if Corey, the mindset Corey had wasn't going to make things better because Corey was going to say, well, yeah, this is what was said. I don't know what they got going on, but you need to know. Like, Corey wasn't going to explain at the moment how he needed to be explained.
She lied to Corey and told Corey that she told me everything.
Just because I want him to feel comfortable enough that she knows for him not to run to social media about it. So it got a thing where Corey was like on Instagram Live and he was just like mentioning, but he was going around the bushes because he respected enough to not say names, which I was like, okay.
Corey ends up going live again.
It's off the market. Like, years old, bro. I'm young. I'm 22. ABD 25, 27, 30 years old, doing that whole ass. Come on, bro. I don't speak on you, and the shit that I can say, I can really expose a lot of some of you. But like I say, I ain't got time to be on the share.
Apparently, this was all done to get a reaction out of King.
I was just playing mind games. I was acting like I was gonna go to social media about it because I wanted to see what the was they own. Like, why did this man lie about this shit? And they didn't want this shit to hit social media, him and Nique, because Nique told Carmen, like, why Corey gotta go to social media about everything? King popped up over here.
Knock on the door that he wanted to talk to Corey.
Because he thought I was exposed to on social media. And King sat right there outside, we talked.
Explain to Corey, man to man, like, why he did what he did. Why.
King then explains to Corey why he said all those things to Ebony.
He said, you called me a bro, you called me a whole ass. I could be that because that was some whole I did. I apologize, bro, but I did fuck a girl, bro. I met her with Ebony. I just wanted to, find somebody who I could talk advice to about me and Nique, and I just needed somebody that's not in my circle, like my mama or anybody. So I wanted to talk to another woman to see it from another woman's perspective and everything. I said I met every time, like, bro, that don't even make sense, bro. Like, who the would believe that? So I started laughing. I was like, you about right, who the So me listening to him, like, I understand, I can understand why you use Carmen name now that he explained it to me outside. So I'm like, why did you go back and tell her what I told you? You're like, man, like, he can explain it. He was like, man, I don't know, bro. It was just, man, I don't know. It was just lies. It was just a whole. I admit it, I'm sorry, bro.
I get this, guys. Apparently, he did this to get some information about Nique.
No, but you said that he told you that the only reason why he told me that was because he wanted to see if I was gonna open to him about if I knew something what Nique was doing. So he's like, he tried to give me some tea in order to receive some tea about Nique.
You know, he told me why he did what he did, and I told him how I felt, and that was that, you know what I'm saying? And we were like, all right, bro, we walked off and then from there.
I know, weird, right? Like, who does that, man? Like, that's just like, really? Like, who did all that?
Corey came back in, so I'm like, you know, I'm nosy. What was said? What happened? So he was like, no, I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel him. I understand where he coming from, and I understand why he did the shit that he did.
Me and Carmen talked, and we made it. We came to conversation, coming around. Okay, look, the shit was the truth.
Cool. We good. You know what I'm saying? So we good. Like, he explaining it better to you what he did.
Saying that, Carmen still was trying to protect the situation from getting out there because she didn't want to have drama on social media.
I didn't want this to be another Prince family situation, for example.
Apparently during this time, Carmen is still hanging out with Nique. And apparently, Corey still feels that Carmen cheats on her.
She just kept on telling me, like, I don't know why Corey think I'm cheating. He keep accusing me of cheating, maybe because he cheated so many times, he think I'm cheating so bad.
Now this is really interesting because this is around the time when I made my video. And for you guys who, at the back, I hope you're listening, little kids. You guys that watch all my videos, you guys know that that video was, I was being sarcastic. It was very obvious due to my conclusion at the end. But you see, people don't even watch videos these days. They read comments and they're a bunch of sheep and they follow what everyone else says in the comment. And people were saying, oh my god, how can you do that? Anyway, when this situation came out, people were going back to that video going, Martin was right. And I was like, I was sarcastic the whole time. Stupid. But apparently they did talk about my video.
Me and this girl had multiple conversations about the Martin Lewis video where when he didn't say apparently Carmen and King is around. I didn't pay no mind to that video because in that video she was with me. So I'm like, girl, this video so crazy. She like, ha, yeah, that is crazy. People just make up anything.
Little swimsuit or two-piece on that they try to put a picture of him that I took in the same bathroom. She knows and I know and he knows he was not in town. He was in LA, and that's the night that I went to swim in her pool, and I spent that night because I told Corey, I said, she needs me right now because she's scared that King gonna come because King found out the situation that she did, so she wants somebody in the house with her. That's how that came to be a 2 and 2 together. See, somebody tried to prove they had said, oh, Carmen walking half-ass naked, and they how they're. Nique is somewhere insecure to the point that she's not gonna let nobody come into her house looking half-ass naked.
And it's really interesting because Nique never pressed the issue on King when he was texting Ebony.
I told Carmen, I'm like, dang, I caught him texting Ebony. Why he texting her knowing I don't like her? This girl gonna say, oh, I don't know, that's crazy.
This thing been going on for a month, okay? Been going on for a month. King and Corey talked about it. Me, the manager, King and Corey, we talked about it. You was the only one that was blind that didn't know.
Okay, so let's get into the night when Nique ended up finding out everything that happened with King, Ebony, and Carmen. So there was some drama going on between Carmen and Corey yet again, and Corey went out driving.
The clock come in, Carmen got into it, so I had left. I was just running around listening to music in my truck.
I'm sitting at her house. She been telling me all day that she been having problems with her man. He left for no reason, this, that, and the third. So they got their own situation going on, their own personal problems. They always this, that, and the third.
Carmen was on my Facebook Live talking shit before I got home.
We sitting on the couch. He goes on live talking shit about Carmen. Oh, this, that, and the third. Talk about the relationship, y'all see.
As soon as I got home, I asked her a question. She didn't say nothing. I was on live. I was just being petty towards Carmen. I'm like, see y'all, see what I'm saying? You on my live talking crazy shit.
This girl ain't tell me nothing, this, that, and third. He's spilling all the beans about their relationship on live, telling everything, y'all know how he be.
We just got to argue or whatever.
She follows him in the room and say, well, if you gonna say all that, you can't never hold
water like this and third.
You always telling business, this, that, and the third.
You always gotta go to social media.
You always telling some stuff. You can't never keep nothing to yourself.
He was like, oh, I can hold water. Oh, I can hold water. He was like, oh, I can hold water. I can hold water.
And I said, since I can't hold water, let me talk to Nique about.
Why you ain't tell Nique that you was King.
Because I haven't got to talk to Nique yet.
I was like, here we go. But okay. I'm still not scared of nothing.
I don't know if Corey was putting comments to the test to find out if she really did tell Nique or was just being petty, but he ended up bringing the drama regarding King and her to Nique.
I'm just sitting minding my business on the couch. This nigga gonna come in here, Corey, y'all, come to me and say, if I'm a water mouth, why you ain't tell Nique what's going on with you and King? So I'm like, what you mean?
Nique was just lost his shit. So I'm like, oh, she didn't tell you?
Well, she ain't tell you, damn that crazy. Like,
Right now I'm mad at Carmen too. I'm like, so why you didn't tell her?
and I was like, no, what you talking about?
I'm not. It's like I'm mad at Carmen because we were talking about and the fact that you didn't tell this girl this shit is your best friend. Whatever.
He was like, damn, so your own friend, you call this girl your best friend, you love her so much, but damn, you ain't even tell her the scandal, like the whole situation going on with you and her. And I'm like, what you talking about, Corey? And he like, damn, that's crazy, just gassing it up. She like crying, she like, Corey, this and third, you just tell her, you could have been DM'd her, this and the third. I said, so what's going on? What's the situation? He said, so
He started telling her,
supposedly, her and King fucked.
and she was just like so shocked, of course. Like,
I said, what? Like, y'all totally blind to all this stuff. Even after the Martin Lewis video, even after all that, I'm still blind to the fact. I thought that shit all made up. Like,
she was just like, I did not know none of these.
I'm like, so wow, is this true?
According to Nique, it seems like Corey was still iffy about the situation. I'm guessing he had a lot more questions about it as well.
Like, see, you feel how I feel. I'm like, what you mean? He was like, you feel how I feel, bro. That's why I ain't really been connecting with Carmen. I ain't really been with her because, and that's why I've been playing so much and saying Carmen cheated on me because I found it out. That's sneaky as that's just so it's weird. I believe it. Make it seem like it's a lie. If you was in a courtroom, you would go to jail. That's what his Corey is telling Carmen and telling me.
She asking me why I didn't tell her in the first place. So I'm explaining to her and stuff. It seemed like she understood at that moment, you know?
I said, wait, let me call Splain. I said, Carmen, you call Ebony.
He ended up calling everyone who was involved.
Get her to pull up here. Everybody pull up here. So she called Ebony. After she crying, y'all, she just looked guilty. Like, she just looked guilty. Like, so she crying. She's like, I don't know how you want me to prove it to you. I didn't do it. This, that, there. I said, we called.
He didn't know where he was coming from. Nique lied, said my car told because King said he didn't want to come or whatever.
We called Ebony.
So we can all be in the room because it was between all of us, so it needs to be said.
Now it looks like Nique and Corey seem to have two conflicting stories on who came first, but regardless, it's not that much of a big deal, but it is at the same time because the way the whole situation is outlined by them.
They both pulled up.
When my manager came, she was like, all right, let me, I'll just tell you what happened, whatever.
Splain got there first.
So when King came, I'm sitting right here on the counter, all of us sitting like the house, like looking like we all just looking for answers at this point. So
Then Nique ends up confronting King.
King was with Nique was like,
So what's this I hear you supposed to fucking Carmen, you told Ebony this. Splain did not want to hear shit.
King was like, you call me here for this?
Know what we on? I'm not finna do this in front of them.
He told me, he was like, Nique, get up and I'm gonna explain to you when I get home. I'm not gonna talk in front of these people.
And Nique was like, nah, say it now, say it now.
All these talk, I'm ready for everybody to talk.
King like, nah, can we just talk now? Nah, can we go? Can we just go home and talk to home? So they was arguing, like they was right there just arguing.
Bro, like I thought we end this already. Like why are we still on that? Why I gotta keep repeating myself? Say what I have to say, da da da.
Like this what really on? Like this what you're calling me for? I can leave.
Then leave, because I'm finna hear what they gotta say and then I'm gonna come home and talk to you about it. So Splain left.
Which is some weird a little boy-ish. It really is. Why would you walk away from that situation when everyone has heard your story, right? Not just tell Nique in front of everyone if they already heard it, right? So that is really strange. Anyway, the manager, Ebony, ends up telling Nique what happened.
So then Nique turned around, Carmen sitting right here, Ebony, my manager sitting right here, I was sitting on the counter, and Nique was sitting right there on the corner right here.
So I'm like, okay, so what's going on? Somebody tell me.
And she turned around, she said, what?
Woman to woman, can you tell me what was said or what happened?
Ebony was just like, okay, and she told her exactly what King told her.
So I'm like, okay, so basically he comes sit down with you and have this 4-hour conversation with you and tell you that he's basically fucking Carmen. He went into detail about everything. Ebony calls Carmen right after she meets with Splain.
But it sounds like Ebony thinks that something sneaky was actually going on between Carmen and King.
Okay, Ebony texts Carmen and said, stay at your house. I know what's going on. Don't leave. That is when Carmen called King and said, did you talk to Ebony about something? I don't know what the conversation was. King texted Ebony again and said, did you call Carmen? So they let me know. Soon as Ebony texted that to Carmen, her ass call King. What you call him for if your manager said, I know what's going on? Unless it's some shit going on. That shit don't add up to me. And that's what her manager told me. Why would your manager just lie on you for no reason?
Now, according to Nique, Carmen actually admitted to it. What's strange though is that Carmen never mentions this in her video with herself and the video that she did with Corey, nor did she mention it in her stream.
And she admitted, she was like, yeah, I did call him because it was a situation where Splain had told some to Carmen that Corey had did. So she was like, I just thought that, I don't know. She's basically saying she don't know why out of all people that signed to Nail, that specific day that she just magically thought of my nigga in her head to call out of the blue. That's the only person she called about the situation when Evie texted her. Was Splain magically. The manager said in my motherfucking face and admitted that Carmen is guilty as period.
And it gets more strange because now, according to Carmen, Ebony said that she doesn't feel that her and King had the
Managers like me personally, I do believe that Carmen did not have sex. Corey at that moment, Corey was still on some like, but you gotta understand, like, yeah, some things add up, some of this, some of that.
Nah, she let all that out to everything that happened.
I'm like, Carmen, white lies.
And Carmen just crying and she trying to tell her that she couldn't tell her because
I know how you are. I know how you act. I know how you react. I be in the position where if somebody says something to you, you snap quick and you snap on the wrong person.
I was scared that I was gonna look guilty.
So I didn't know how to come to you. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I apologize to you that I didn't come to you and tell you and stuff. But if that made me fake and no, I don't have no loyalty and this and the third, that's fine. I'm not gonna sit here and trying to make I'm not gonna try to make my part wrong, make it right.
I told her, I said, I'm wrong for the part that with you was be small.
Even though Corey was still questioning the situation, it looks like he still wanted Carmen to know why it looked so bad and why she looked guilty.
I'm really trying to show Carmen at the end of the day, like, this is why you should have told her, because like, you look guilty.
You look more than guilty now because had to tell me.
Even though you didn't do it, you look guilty because first of all, you didn't tell her, and then on top of that, this man, the man who made up all the lies, he ain't even talking. You know what I'm saying? So he got you looking like a fool over here, trying to explain yourself about some shit that he made up. When King came over here and told her exactly what I told him, you know what I'm saying? So Carmen and Nique didn't believe it.
She told me the whole conversation. I'm calm. I'm like super calm. I'm like, okay, because I'm just numb to this. I'm just shocked, like, damn, this bitch been in my face every day. She never told me nothing. Me and this nigga going through it. Of course, we not talking. We not even talking, but this is somebody that I'm talking to every day. And she never, not one time, told me that he had said this. Because the whole reason why she didn't tell me, because she was trying to hide it from me.
You heard me. I said what I had to say. You heard everybody else side. Okay, boom, you left.
Okay, thank y'all, whatever. Like, she mad at King or whatever. She was mad at Carmen.
Apparently, the manager felt that Nique had the right to beat up Carmen.
When I left, her manager said, if I was that girl, if I was Nique, I would have beat the out of you right then and there, because she know I had a right to beat the fuck out of her. That's what they said.
Look like they had an understanding.
If I go home, I'm like, I'm not even mad.
Like, you wasn't even bothered because you been saying you been done with your relationship.
Instead of him coming and trying to explain, he ran away from the situation. He ignored my calls. When he got home, he ignored me as if though I did something wrong to him. He's supposed to be explaining to me, okay, well, baby, I know you hearing this, but it's not that. I got the complete opposite from him. He put it as if though I had did something to him.
So I texted Nique, I said, I want to talk to you tomorrow.
I sent her a paragraph and I was like, I apologized to her like multiple times.
I said, yeah, I admitted my wrong.
Saying that she was sorry and that it's all her fault that she didn't tell me.
And I told her, I said, if you would have fought me right there in the couch,
I wouldn't have fought her back.
Or anything like that. I just sat there and respected you because I know that you was hurt and you angry and you mad and you need answer, you need this, you need that. So yes, I would have accepted that.
I didn't read it, I didn't respond, but I responded to Corey and I said, okay, bet.
Anyway, later that day, it looks like Carmen and Corey were going to make a video for security, but it sounds like they decided not to do it.
So I told Corey, I said, Corey, let's not make a video because I don't know what she gonna do. Let's just see how she moves, then we move after her.
Anyway, the next day is when Nique ended up assaulting and attacking Carmen.
She had called me and I texted her back at 8:55 this morning and I said, I'm still in bed. I asked her, are you good? She said, I need answers because nobody not talking. I said, so apparently King still haven't talked. That what made it reverse. Like, your man not telling you nothing. Like, the man who made all this up, he not telling you nothing.
So I pulled up on him at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock.
And then, you know, like about 15 minutes later, the doorbell rang with her.
You come, you want to talk to Corey. Corey wanted to talk to you.
I ain't had a shirt on or nothing, so I just go outside, I talk to her, so.
Girl, his whole energy didn't change.
Corey said that apparently he had proof that Carmen and King did not get together.
I basically talked to her and I basically explained to her, I was like, listen.
So I got proof that she didn't f him. She cried, she put it on CJ, crying all nice, and she really ain't f.
Well, I have came to understand and know that Carmen not lying.
I said, so what other proof that you got? Oh, I ain't got nothing else, but she told me and she cried about it.
And she like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Whatever. I don't know. It don't sound true.
I said, let me talk to her.
So I was like, alright.
Carmen ends up talking to Nique.
Alright, come on then. Let me go get Carmen. Carmen was in the bed. I said, Carmen, got the bed, put your robe on. Nique want to talk. So Nique was sitting right there. Carmen was sitting right there. And Nique was like, so why you didn't tell me? And Carmen sat there and told me.
Let me talk.
Nique, I didn't do it. The whole reason why I didn't tell you is because I was scared to tell you. And I didn't know how you was going to react. I was just scared. I was just scared. I was just scared. I was just scared.
Like, talk for like 10, 15 minutes.
Myself.
Repeated herself, telling her exactly what he said last night, why she didn't tell her.
I was sitting there just listening to them talk. They trying to convince me that it never happened. Whatever. So I'm like, okay. Like, even Ebony told me last night, if she was you, she would have beat the f me.
I understand if you want to fight me or anything, you could have.
And I honestly deserve it.
I wouldn't get mad because I understand why you would want to fight me.
I said, okay.
And so Nique just sitting there looking all like mad and you know what I'm saying and stuff. And I really feel like she recorded the conversation.
I said, Carmen, come here. She said, Nique, I'm not trying to fight you.
I'm not finna fight you back because if I fight back, that made me look guilty for like why are you even fighting back?
I said, you said that I have the right to slap the f out of you. She said,
I don't want to fight you, but if that's what will make you feel better,
okay.
I walked up to her. I'm not scared of nobody.
She stood right in front of me.
And she looked at me in my eyes.
She said, you know you deserve to get slapped because I feel like I should take my anger because you didn't tell me. So Carmen like, okay.
Slap me.
Apparently Carmen said extra things before she gets slapped.
If you deserve the slap for fucking my man, that I'm gonna give it to you. And if you deserve the slap for being a fake, I'm gonna give it to you. So I'm like, hey, fuck you, man.
So I cocked her back and I slapped her.
No, security!
Slapped me.
Not once did I try to hit her back ever. I never did.
Slapped
So
me.
she slapped
So
me.
she slapped Carmen like, I'm still watching everything. Like,
And she was just looking like she had her head down the whole time. And then she said something.
We made eye contact and I laughed and I said,
I wait.
she said, nah, what?
No, like what does that fix?
So-
and after that, I don't know if she looked at me and said, oh, is that more than her? Or I was joking. I was just really like, nah, what? Like, that's your anger?
Cause it don't solve nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, y'all should just slap. It don't solve nothing.
The whole time, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I was plotting on running into her. Cause at that point, she had to make me mad. And I'm like, it clicked in my head. You gotta be guilty of something if you gonna let me slap you. And it wasn't no baby slap. It was a real good ass slap. I felt good about it. So it's clicking in my head. They still talking, trying to explain themselves to me, and I'm thinking, this just let me slap her. This is guilty. So I got up.
Try to punch you, push you.
She was on the ground, and then I grabbed her hair.
And I'm just like this the whole time.
She was on the floor. She wasn't fighting back. Any bitch who's not guilty is gonna fight back.
She was like, you a fake. This and the third, you a snake.
A right to be hurt. She understood this. I had a right to be hurt.
Don't do it to me!
Come kicking her, stumping her. I was just trying to make that bitch hurt. Feel her mama pain.
Carmen was covering her face the whole time, so Nique was just trying to. She was basically hitting Carmen's arm.
he was mad because she couldn't touch my face. My whole time I'm like this and she's like, open your face, open your face.
According to Nique, she didn't fight him because of King and maybe they did something together.
Fight her off GP of me thinking that she playing. It's kind of hard for me to even believe that. I fought this just because off the fact of her being fake. So when she got up, she started talking. She was like, Nique, I didn't do anything. And I punched her in her face right here. I thought I punched her in her eye. I honestly was trying to give her a black eye. But I guess I didn't hit hard enough.
I'm literally sitting right here watching these motherfuckers fight.
So she started bringing like old stuff up. So I'm like, I thought you say we moved on from that. I thought you said that you're not holding grudges no more.
Trying to stomp Carmen, so that went out like, alright, now that's it now, y'all. So I grabbed Nique. Nique just started screaming and trying to pull on Carmen, whatever. I think she had pulled Carmen hair, whatever. And so I grabbed Nique and I put Nique up to the wall. I said, alright, now calm down. Now Nique, now she just going out of proportion with everything. So Carmen got up, she like, see, like, I don't know what she said or whatever. And Nique was just going all crazy. Oh, you fake that bitch. Ooh, nah, that's messed up. Like, yeah, you knew that you deserved that, you know what I'm saying? Because you should have told her. But I wasn't going to let it go all out of proportion.
Now, Corey ends up defending Carmen by switching the flip on Nique. So to avoid criticism of what Carmen did, which is not being loyal and telling Nique what happened, Corey basically points the finger at Nique of what she did by not telling King.
How did King find out that you cheated on him with Fredo Bang? His friend told him. I said, did you tell him? Did not wait. No, yeah. I have to know. I didn't tell him. I said, so how can you try to say this about this girl when you didn't tell your own? You cheated on him with a rapper. And then I asked about another situation because she cheated on him with somebody else in Baton Rouge. I'm like, so did you tell him that you cheated on him with this other nigga? Like, no, his friend told him. I said, so you can't say that.
So that shows that there's no loyalty in that relationship at all. So I owe you more loyalty than your own man.
When she said that shit, that's when I knew that was her ignorance.
And then
I was like, okay, that's when she started like breaking stuff. It got bad and stuff.
She threw our camera. She had glass on. Like my son, CJ right here in the room crying. CJ crying, so we trying to control our son. And you screaming. She knocking pictures off the wall. She throwing shit and all that type of stuff. It was a big ass mess. It was a whole bunch of glass on the floor. And I told her, like, hold on. I said, look, now let you got your anger out. Now this shit finna get from off y'all situation to me being a man to you because you in my house. My kid and her crying.
She didn't even have that respect that my son was in there.
You throwing all this shit, breaking glass and stuff.
She broke a couple things in my house, like candles.
I got a whole baby in here, bro.
My child was in the bed crying. I had to keep going in and out of the room, make sure he was okay.
It's like now you crossing boundaries now, you feel me?
And then you even said, if you pull me out, I'm gonna go and knock at every neighbor door. I'm finna go home and beat his head.
And from the sounds of it sounds like Nique wouldn't leave, I'm assuming. So they end up calling the manager for some help. Like, what the manager gonna do? Is she the police?
So my manager, Carmen had called my manager. My manager came over with her. And so they was talking and everything. My manager was like, what the fuck going on? They were talking and then, you know, Nique was like, I'm done. I beat her ass. I was like, you didn't beat her ass. Like, bro, only thing she walked off, whatever she left.
Now, even after this situation, Carmen and Corey still didn't make a video, and they said they'll make a video if she does anything.
After she left, it was the thing where it was like, we're not gonna make a video. We're gonna see what she gonna do.
Cause it's like we didn't want, cause we could have made a video. We could have dropped the video earlier there and told everything. But we was like, you know what, like we ain't gonna do a video cause it's like we don't want to make it seem like we after though. We trying to badge and like what happened was just some real. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, she hurt. They whole relationship going through shit. If y'all go to their channel, they been broken up for a minute now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, they going through shit. And we can't help because your man lied. You gotta take the anger out of your dude. So we was like, we gonna just chill, you know what I'm saying? And let it overdrive. But then
saying that, Carmen and Corey did end up venting on Twitter. But they did not mention Nique or King's name. In fact, a lot of the T pages actually thought it was between Carmen and Corey. I just wanna leave and never come back. Sometimes I ask myself, am I leaving for someone else or for myself? Crazy how 9 out of 10 I protect other people's feelings before I protect mine. Social media won't know my personal problems anymore. I learned my lesson for that ish, 100. I wanna be known. Now, a lot of people, including me, thought it was between Carmen and Corey until Nique ended up putting this on Twitter.
Before I made that tweet, I came to him and I said, I'm finna tweet something that I'm never gonna be able to come back from. You know I don't like putting my business out. You know I don't like putting our business out. But I need to know the real story. I need to hear you talk now. Because I can only go off of what Ebony is telling me, what Carmen is telling me. You need to talk to me. And if you're not gonna talk to me, I'm gonna get my information from somewhere else. I'm begging you. I said to him and I said, I'm begging you, tell me what's going on. And he like, no, I don't care. I did what I did, da 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 da. He's like, got this big energy.
I remember her telling me like, I'm about to say da 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 da, and I'm like, all right, cool. And I turned my back on her like, come on now, like, it's not that serious. Like, we not on that.
Everybody hiding around you. You just find out, and the person that you feel like you should trust the most, the person that you feel like y'all have some type of connection, is not talking to you and making it seem like as if though you did the wrong. So I'm like, you know what? I don't have to deal with this both of y'all at this point. And that's why I tweeted my tweet. That's why it went from what it was.
Y'all won't believe this scandal. Show Shaker Nique dealing with these fake a-hoes in Houston. People some snakes. Just know that. When I'm ready, I'll let that ish be known. Hopefully Carmen and King F. Watch the effing company you keep. These be snakes.
They evil! And then when I tweeted the tweet, that's when he wanted to talk. That's when he wanted to come say, why did you do that? But that's what happened. Y'all, when I made the tweet, I call my people crying. I'm like, I don't want to do this to these people. Like, I'm not that type of bitch. I don't do shit like that. So I deleted my tweet.
I don't even speak of my business like this, but B, I'm flabbergasted.
And that else shit with the Twitter. So like, now we gotta just drop the truth. Now we gotta expose everything. Now if you basically asked for this.
Now because of what Nique ended up putting on Twitter and deleting, that's when Carmen and Corey decided to go live. Then Nique ended up going live as well, and we all got that whole big explosion happening on social media, and we end up finding little bits and pieces of what happened.
Carmen, all these had meetings behind my back. I do none of this. Yes, I do my own thing. I just be chilling. Like, don't try to air my shit out like you telling my business. I was gonna say that shit was why you.
Carmen throws shade at Nique, saying that she wanted to be queen number 2.
So yes, nobody gonna put their business. They not gonna put their business out there, which I respect. That y'all want to be a couple that don't put your business out there. That's fine. But y'all being not okay at all. So don't sit here and make it seem like, oh, this shit just started. That's why you so hurt. Like, what you trying to be? Trying to be Queen Nique number 2? Oh my God. That's why you trying to use this and like, oh, I'm doing this because I'm gonna get all the views in my channel. I'm gonna blow up because my so-called friend, my man. That's basically what it is.
It's not about you would be Queen Nique if your ass finally can boss the fuck up and leave. I'm not you. If somebody disrespect me, I'm gonna disrespect that ass right back. Explaining disrespecting me multiple times. And we got that much to understand it. Don't try to speak on my situation because it's just not that.
And I'm not finna sit here and air all your business out. No, I'm not. But some shit you're just not gonna speak and then just gonna put it out there. That's what it is.
How you innocent but you ask somebody to slap you, bitch? You just that guilty. Stop playing with me. She's guilty.
Carmen ended up telling everyone that they were going to make a video.
Yes, I let her slap me. I don't care if she says she lying or she not. She can say I'm lying. She can say whatever. We did a video. The video's gonna drop and the video gonna explain how literally everything really started and how she manipulates a lot of situations. She wanna come at me and say some stuff. But if we wanna be real and she wanna throw just shot on Twitter, don't throw shot if you're not throwing the whole shot. Throw the whole shot because it was a lot of shit that was said that you so-called understood, but now you still heard, and now you on social media. Like, why you haven't talked to your man? Well, where your man at? That's the one you need to be talking to. That's the one you need to be asking for loyalty. That's the one you need to be asking, like, okay, what's true, what's not true? Did you not do that?
How did I manipulate her? This bitch didn't did nothing. I always been real with her. She probably knows shit about me. She gonna air it out. I'm just have to deal with that shit. And I ain't even did nothing that bad, so speak on it, please.
How can your man even have 2 seconds free of his life have sex with somebody when you constantly blowing his phone up? When you constantly hacking his phone or tracking where he at, where his location at, what? How? If he did something, it was not with Carmen. This thing was supposed to be on social media, but you want to throw names out there on some like, oh, supposedly.
Come do it to me!
How you saying supposedly, but you don't even know if it's true or not? That's what I'm not understanding. And you really accusing you don't have proof of.
Carmen ends up pointing out,
you missed out the whole point why he said what he said or why he did what he did. You missing out the whole point. You need to be asking yourself what you not doing at home for your man to be looking that in somebody else. That's what you need to be asking. Don't sit here on some like, oh, that served this. Like, you just talking about the fight.
It's the fact that her and Corey still booed up. Exactly, bitch. That's weird. I'm not you, Corey. Chill out before I air you fuck out. I'm not that type of person. I don't get on here and do that shit. Y'all, they set for you see me. I didn't have no video drop. Y'all set on that drama shit. I feel like I want to pull up on that just to beat her ass again. I'm not even cool with King right now, and I swear to God, I will bring that nigga just to beat the out of Corey. Stupid ass. He really, I really spared his ass so many times. And I saved Carmen so many times. Don't play with me.
Corey explains how he tried his best to have an understanding with Nique and help her understand the situation.
You can't come to no understanding with her. I tried my best to come to an understanding with this girl from a man perspective. Tell her everything. We told her everything. I was like, but, you know, and so I understand why you mad at Carmen, because like I told her, like, you should have told her that shit. That's just that. That's your fault. You should have told her that shit. You should have told her exactly what her nigga said. But it was so much going on at the time with all the changes that they had going on, all that. And I understand why she didn't tell her. But like, you still should have told her though, because at the end of the day, come on, bro. Anybody here would have knew that. It was just like, bro, I can't tell y'all the juicy shit though. Like, y'all gotta watch that shit video because it's way juicy in there. Like, you gotta watch the video.
After that live, they end up tweeting, you had no purpose to say something too. We told you what your ass said. We was lies and you mad at us. That's some goofy ass. Lord, and your ass ain't said nothing yet, but you steady saying something too on social media. Lord, let's like this is crazy. Maybe I shouldn't have even told her. That probably wouldn't have been best for her.
You just told her that her end was effing your girl. How did you expect her to act? X and whatever, it was her end. And Carmen was supposed to be her friend. How you okay with this?
What am I supposed to do? Let me be mad about that? That's her end. She gotta talk about what up with him, not us. Anything, I thought dead. Lord, I'm dead. People be acting like there and they think what happened. Then we telling you what happened because we were the ones in the situation. What you, not you, the ex. But I literally, we left it at this. I agree with you. It's always backfires. People don't like the truth and they can't handle it. Prove y'all ain't wrong. I'll take a lie to take the test and film it. Nah, she couldn't handle the fact that King ain't tell her it. She literally walked out and let her look stupid, and we had to tell her she's taking her anger out on us when she need to get it out on him. Not comment below. Let's not forget the internet agreed with it. It be the little kids like big get to school and it's good read a bit damn boo. Like no cat. Then when the two drop, they go run back and try to be on out there. Now stay a little A.O. dead. So why did you tell Nique that Carmen and King ain't everything if it's not true? Because it's the principle that her ain't lying about them is like that. And we supposed to be friends, that's crazy. But we go explain everything, y'all finna be baffled, no care. And I promise we ain't even entertaining it no more after that 100. Just to put it out there, the video was made after her tweet. Wink. Now listen, when the girl said King don't earn her loyalty, Karma do, that's when she lost me. And if any of y'all think the same shit, you need help. Situation there. She ended up posting on Instagram. She wants this to be true so bad. Like girl, your relationship be off, yes, you don't run through social media, but it's funny how when it comes to put someone down without proofs, you run through social media. And please make it clear you didn't beat me up. You kept screaming open your face, beat. So how you beat me up? You coming for me as if I was the one who had it with your man LeMayo. Check him, not me, cause you just saying stories without proof. But okay, I sleep peacefully knowing who I am and what I do. Meanwhile, you probably don't sleep asking who your man with. I'm not speaking on it no more. Just wish that whoever he's effing with ain't better than you. Anyway, they end up uploading their 1-hour video explaining everything that happened, which by now, if you've been watching my series, you guys already know what happened.
Whole ass lie about he Karma, all this shit was a lie. Basically, he made up a whole story.
So that's why you can't expect no loyalty from your own man if you not give him loyalty. That's something. And then
so now you over here taking your anger out on her.
But that's not what only happened. Corey ended up exposing Nique's personal business and King's business as well for allegedly cheating on each other.
I put it down, but you went and cheated on King with this girl, with this rapper or whatever, and you cheated him with another rapper, and it's like, and the thing is, I'm a real nigga, I never spoke on the shit that King done, but it's like, come on, we know what you done, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never went to your girl and told her like about when you had a girl in the house when she was out of town. Like, I never said about none of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's y'all business. And it's more to the story, but it's like, I'm not gonna sit on camera and try to bash you because it's like, it ain't my business, but like, we're not gonna say like how y'all have 3 with people and all that. Like, y'all relationship not perfect, which is understandable because no relationship is perfect. But the difference between us, me and Carmen, is like, we gonna let y'all know that, hey, look, we ain't good right now. We going through real life problems right now, and y'all don't have to expect that. You know what I'm saying? We want to show y'all that we are not perfect.
Nique ends up denying all this. What do you guys think? You think it's true though? Let me know in the comment section below.
No, I never fucked nobody. King can tell y'all that himself. I've never fucked nobody. It's not my place to air out all the shit that she was telling me. Like, she tried to air out everything that I was telling her about threesomes and freaking this, that, and the third. I didn't cheat. I didn't do nothing, and she knows that. That's the crazy part. It's not my right to air out. I don't do that. I'm not that type. I was the one sitting in my face every day telling me, Nique, you did nothing wrong. Nique, you did nothing wrong. He did the wrong. You deserve better. Like, this is the same girl that's trying to air out all my business, and the same girl that's trying to make it seem like, oh, Nique is crazy. This is the same girl that was sitting in my face, same girl who I pour all my heart to. This girl trying to fake be there for me.
Another reason why Carmen didn't tell Nique, she claims she felt Nique would get manipulated by King.
He manipulated everything. You got manipulated.
I want to say another reason why I didn't tell Nique was because that moment when King told me about the Corey situation, I'm texting her, letting her know like, hey, this was weird. I don't know why she did this. Well, I think Lane felt sorry for you. That's what he told you. I'm like, oh, he manipulated the situation. So how he was not gonna manipulate the situation? Then I came to you before your man and he said, your man said he hadn't said. Now King would have been something like, man, you believe Carmen before me?
Yeah, she showed how she act already, bro. So, that was because when he said that he never talked to Carmen, I was like, bro, like I walked in on you talking to Carmen about the situation, bro. Like,
Like I said, I still don't take the fact that yes, I should have told her. Yes, it doesn't take that fact, but I have like more than 2 reasons. The reasons why I just feel like I didn't know how, honestly, I really did it.
She got manipulated and she believed what she wanted to believe, what you was her man, not what I said, okay? So
she ends up giving reasons why people shouldn't question her.
I never gave reason for nobody questioning me that I'm fucking somebody else man. And I'm in her house, I have the right clothes to be in her house. She's not gonna let nobody come into her house looking half-ass naked. Like you wear some clothes that you would wear to the strip club. That don't make no sense. So I never did it. Even when we was living together, you can watch the video. We was living together in the first house we was pregnant, where I all the time with a hat, sweatpants.
Now Nique ends up making her video and uploading it, of course explaining everything that happened, which you guys already know. But she also added,
first of all, I'm not on here to just shit. I'm not on here to just go start airing people's business out. I feel like this shit is really like, people really don't understand that the betrayal is towards me. Like I'm the one that has been betrayed, or however y'all put it. I'm the victim in this situation. But everybody seems to be trying to do everything but look at the bigger picture, or say everything instead of looking at the picture as it is. It's like one of the most confusing stories I can ever think of. Just because I'm just so out of the loop, I still don't know everything. I'm just speaking off of this situation.
Nique confirms that she didn't fight Carmen because of King's accusations.
Fight her off GP of me thinking that she, because it's kind of hard for me to even believe that she. I fought this just because off the fact of her being fake as fuck.
She felt that no one should be talking about her and King's business, even though she denied it.
Like nobody deserves to try to air out me and Splang problems except for me and Splang. So I feel like it's just very disrespectful that they are speaking on our relationship when what? Because you don't see nobody speaking on y'all relationship.
She explains how she would never keep something like this away from Carmen.
If Corey ever accuses me of having sex several times, the first thing I'm gonna do when I hear that I talk to my manager and my manager tell me this, I'm gonna go to my friend and say, yo man said that we like, I'm flabbergasted, I don't know. Let you know in advance that ain't happening. I don't want no snake stuff going on. That ain't happen. That, an innocent person, that's what an innocent person would have did. This girl hid this whole situation from me. The whole, her meeting up with him, her talking to them, her having meetings about what was said, what wasn't said. This girl was in my face every day. She was in my face every day and she tell me everything else, literally. But like accused you or lied on you about having.
Nique ends up making a really good point on why Carmen will continue hanging around her, especially when King's around after the whole situation happened.
How you gonna sit in my face, smile in my face, come to my house where this every day? Because of course we stand still together because we still trying to fix shit. How can you feel even comfortable being in his presence if he lied on your cat house? She told Corey that Splang dropped off food to her house randomly. She don't know why. So Splang stole some flowers from Corey. She done told all this stuff. So you just basically saying King is stalking you now. But she's basically saying, oh girl, oh, she's telling everybody else that basically King is obsessed with her, but but still in my face, acting like nothing ever happened. That should tell a lot about this girl.
Nique ends up explaining how she's hurt from both of the people.
I'm hurt from both people. Like, I feel like if anybody, these people just snaked me. Like, I'm hurt.
She feels that Corey and Carmen are trying to take everything away from the big situation by mentioning their business.
Situation, the real situation, and this girl snake, she fake, both of them snake. I got people around me just snaking me left and right. The real situation is that I'm the victim in this situation. Like, to tell a story and say I was fucking somebody else just so they can get out the idea and just so they can try to save themselves and avoid y'all from looking at the bigger picture. And I'm not trying to prove myself. I ain't got shit to prove. I know me. I aired that shit out knowing that they knew everything about me.
She then explains why she came specifically for Carmen.
In my video is that I want to come on here and address a lot of people are saying, why are you coming at Carmen and not King? I only got on live because Carmen got on live. Corey got on live. I tweeted apparently Carmen and King or supposedly Carmen and King foot. That was definitely mentioning both names. I never said, oh, I'm gonna attack Carmen because of this rumor. No, they got on there on live after I tweeted my tweet. Mind you, they already already had a video pre-recorded. If you're not guilty, why you got a video pre-recorded? The only reason why I'm speaking on Carmen is because she came and tried to defend herself so quick before she let me speak on the situation. So that's why I'm speaking directly to Carmen, because she's speaking directly to me. Splain is not saying nothing because he know he did.
Now Carmen ends up making a video in her side of the situation and what happened, which you guys already know about, but she also explains why she's making another video on her personal channel.
I have so many girls that look at me as oh, you my role models and that, but then soon drama comes out, it's like, damn Carmen, I lost respect for you. Damn Carmen, you disappointed me, you disappointed me that. So I'm like, but you don't know, like, you know, I'm literally being accused of something. So that's why I'm like, okay, well, let me speak on it. I always looked at her as she was my friend, not even knowing that the whole time she was not even trusting me. I didn't know that until it got a couple times of me texting her and let her know how I really feel. Like, hey, I feel like this don't look right. Like, what's going on? Let me know that a lot. And then it took her a minute to confess me, like, oh, I've been stopped trusting you. That. So I'm like, okay, you could have been said that, because the whole time I'm trusting you with my problems, literally. But you know, that's me being me and me being the friend that I am. She has been there when I needed a friend. She was there. And in reality, she was the only friend that I had in Houston when I was really going through all the stuff with Corey.
Carmen feels that Nique is upset about the situation, and she feels that Nique wants the rumors to be true.
The Martin Lewis video, she didn't even know that was boo. But how you believe this situation? You want this to be true. Either you want this to be true because you're scared to actually find out like the real truth. So you're going to stick to this part right here and you're just going to hold that on. You're just going to hold this part right here and you're going to say this is the truth, this is the truth, this is the truth. That's what it is. But
of course, Nique has already mentioned that she doesn't think the rumors are true, and she's more hurt because Carmen didn't tell her from the sounds of it. Now, after everything finally gets released, King finally makes a video explaining his side and apologizing.
First, I want to start off by saying that I'm sorry to Nique, and I apologize to all my supporters.
So I guess no one really knows what he's apologizing for then.
I know it's been a lot of miscommunication, a lot of tension that's going on, and I know it's been a lot of misleading and a lot of exaggerating stuff that's just been taken out of context and stuff like that.
And then he confirms that he did nothing with Carmen.
I want y'all to know, no, I haven't did anything with Carmen, no. And I just want y'all to know, like, me and Nique have talked. Exaggerating stuff that's just been taken out of context and stuff like that. And I want y'all to know I haven't did anything with Carmen, no. And I just want y'all to know, like, me and Nique have talked. Before I came to this right now and said that I wanted to make sure home was, you know what I'm saying, together before I even come explain to people that, you know what I'm saying, come explain to people, because people gonna believe what they want to believe. And as long as me and her have an understanding on more and knowing what we know, you know what I'm saying, we're not gonna feed back into the negativity or the energy like that. I just want y'all to know I'm sorry for what happened on my part.